We're gonna build some shooting mats. How many times are we gonna make this video and not put it up? We did another shooting mat. I don't think we ever put that video out because we don't really build shooting mats. I know people are gonna send me tons of emails now. That's why we don't build shooting mats. My boy Brandon over at 3H Survival, we're going to build a shooting mat for a class that he's not going to take. He was supposed to be in this class today, and we are going to do this on Wednesday. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and build a shooting mat anyway. So it's pretty cool. And my friend back here, Evan from Radio Made Easy, he has one also. I don't think that video ever, did we put that video up?
I think you told me not to.
Yeah, because everybody's going to send emails. Yeah, we can probably go. Is it edited?
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, we'll put it up. We'll put that up, and then you can see a few months later how I build this and if it's the same, because I really don't know if it will be. We'll see. The outcome, the final product will be the same. How I build it, I don't know, because I don't build shooting mats.
Did you do it once?
No, we never built shooting mats. Yeah, there's a bunch of them out there. We used to stock dealers with them. I'm gonna sew this. This is all gonna have purple thread. Multicam black with purple thread. I do that weird shit for friends. Some stuff has a custom order option. And every time somebody orders it, I'm like, man, I do not charge enough for this. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna sew all the perimeter of both pieces, and I'm gonna do it in black, because if I do two sides in purple and I put them together and sew them together in purple, there's gonna be waviness. It's not gonna line up, you're not gonna nail it. So I'm gonna hem all of this all the way around, all four sides on both pieces, and then I'm gonna put it together. Now, another way you could do this is simply put the pieces back to back, sew around the perimeter, leave an area, and then turn it inside out. On a big piece of work like this, it'll take way longer to do that. It's much faster to do this. And if you're going to do big projects like this, it's probably a good idea to get you a run-out table. You could build it just out of whatever, but they sew sewing machine stands that are not cut for sewing machines. And you could put 2 or even 3 or 4 of those in front of you. You can also do it with plywood. I would use a more finished material, like a nice finished birch plywood, or even something with like melamine on it. That way, mostly so that anything Velcro runs across, you're not catching all the fibers of the wood in the Velcro. Is it 100 degrees yet? I'll bet it's over 100 degrees. We're warming Evan up for the class this weekend. Evan coming here is like going up at 6,000 foot elevation before the game this weekend at sea level. Bring him in here to 150. He'll be 100 degrees outside with a breeze.
Have him lay on the shooting mat by the back door.
That's right. Like a lizard. We'll just acclimate him. These are a little different in that I have a zipper down the side. We used to do a padded shooting mat sleeve, which was, well, we did a shooting mat sleeve, which had a zipper on the end. And it was like a sleeping bag cover, basically, made of Cordura. And you put a Thermarest inside it. And the Thermarest, once you crack that valve, it has a self-inflating foam piece inside that sucks air in, and that gives you padding. And We've not made those in a very long time. To let the air out of them, you just open the valve and roll them up and it pushes all the air out. But it's a very bulky product when it's done. If you're a long-range shooter and you long-range shoot kind of like you car camp, you know, you got an air mattress and shit, that's kind of the deal. But they're very bulky. I want that thread. All right, there's one. Now we just need one more. I actually kind of leave it back there on purpose because it
Holds it.
yeah, keeps it from falling. Keeps part of the weight off. What are you doing? Don Edwards scoped rifle, is that what it's called? Scope carbine, Green Line Tactical. All right, I guess I better get one to look at, see where we're putting these Velcros. You have an embroider file of your logo? You have a good vector file of it? If you send that to Amanda, we can get it digitized, and I can give you the file back, but we can put it on shit then. We don't do that, by the way. We don't do embroidery, custom stuff. Let's go ahead and switch this over to purple. If you're running cones and you have one that's smaller, use your larger as your main thread, because that's what you're going to use the most of as you're pulling it and such. If you've only got 2 cones of purple thread, for instance, use your larger cone as your primary. Otherwise, you're going to end up sooner than later with 1 cone. I'm just going to top stitch this in purple rather than switch the black out right now, because you won't see it. When we put it together, I'll switch out and use both of them in purple. And I want to go ahead and frame this up, so. Not that you're really going to see it, but. Get that out of the way. We'll go ahead and go around this one more time. It'll pop a little better. There we go. Stands out a little bit better. See it? Now that side's for looks. I'm going to put just plain Velcro on this side so he can Velcro data cards or ammo cards or whatever he wants to. You can totally use this, but putting Velcro on an alpha here is going to catch the embroidery and it's eventually going to pick it up. Just overshot that by half a stitch, so we'll come right back in here. I think I did all these twice. Nope, this one's single. Now duplicate it again. Ooh, that breeze feels good when you move out of the way.
How's that feel?
Now I don't feel it. It must have been you, must have been reflecting off of you or something.
Tell me when. How's that feel?
Too high. It's going straight over me. There, I got it. Well, that big old bastard. Amanda had just changed the font sizes, messing around to see how we were going to do this. I don't know what these were made for. I don't think these were actually made for this shooting mat. They were for a bag or something, but they were sitting there, so I thought I'd throw it on there. We built Evan's bag months before this was ever a thought. We built his shooting mat. We should probably do this from the other side. Are you bleeding?
Sweating.
Sweating?
It's not that hot here though, you know?
It's pretty warm. It's pretty warm in here.
Humish.
Yeah. Go outside. If you think you're hot here, go outside and come back in. You'll be hot. But it's way more humid outside.
Is it always a little more uncomfortable on this side?
Yep. It's not so, that fucking line of stitching's way off from where I need it to be. Put purple in that bobbin because I'm about to flip the work and sew it from the other side, and I want that second line of purple in there. Sometimes the colored threads don't tension the same. Well, usually the colored threads don't tension the same. I've got a lot of work hanging here, so there's a lot of drag, so just kind of look at your work as about 6 inches of work at a time. You see me keep adjusting this. I'm taking the weight and tension off of that segment of work right there. You also see how much faster this is when you don't have to keep that first line lined up. This work's already tacked in and straight. Now I can just zip through it really fast like that. Come back here, catch that thread that where I started, clip this off. Now I need to duplicate it on the other side, but I definitely don't want all the weight, so I'm going to go ahead and separate the zipper and do the same thing. So we'll duplicate that. And at this point, we do need to be cognizant of where those Velcro patches are. Also be aware that I forgot a Velcro patch here, but I do need them staggered, opposite sides and upside down. So this is where we will sew this zipper right here to get this properly lined up. Man, just having this material over my legs makes it about 20 degrees hotter. And it's abrasive, so it's rubbing on my kneecaps. Like, I don't production sew anymore, but like, especially when I was in San Diego starting in the garage and stuff for years, it'd be hot, it'd be humid, and this stuff, just repetitiveness of hundreds of things just running at your knees would literally be,
Nice.
no, they'd be, yeah, they'd be scabbed up. Yeah. Pants. But we didn't, you know, there's no air conditioning there. I didn't live in a house with an air conditioner until I was probably 30 years old. I should pull this purple bobbin out and just use a black one since you don't see it. Save it so that I don't have to lace it up and spool another bobbin. Why should we do what we should do though? Yeah. Stand in front of me. Right here. No, I need you to stand and block that wind so I can run this lighter right. See it won't. Here, turn that off for a minute. There we go. All right. These are the bipod stops. It's just a track of webbing that has some slots of stitching to keep them in place. And you can push forward and it will limit the gun from traveling forward, and then it's against your shoulder pocket. Holds it in place. Did I sew through both sides of this? Yes, I did. All right, these go on last. Let's get that piece of Velcro I forgot on there. That piece of Velcro that Brandon forgot.
3/8 Velcro.
Huh?
3/8 Velcro.
The Velcro that Brandon forgot to tell me to put on here. Is there any good abandoned places in Chattanooga?
All the ones I know, you know. I know more of the ones toward
Knoxville?
going up through, it'd be like Dayton, Tennessee and stuff where you're going up. There's a lot more like old schools and like ranking silos and stuff.
Yeah, I like schools or industrial, not farmhouses and residential shit. I need to feel like something horrible happened there, or crimes, or, you know, ghosts or something.
Old houses.
No. Not enough lost souls there for me.
I think it's not enough danger exploring.
Not enough tetanus.
Yeah. I want a fast getaway from
A fast getaway? I want a facility so large they can't find you.
One of the two, yeah.
After they look for you long enough, they're like, man, we're never going to find this guy, or he's already gone. If they're not able to trespass you, then you can go back the second time.
Very true.
Ooh, way off. Working. Wonder why those teeth were so loud. They're just off by one, so once it comes to the end, it'll be good. So this is where we should have put the bobbin in. This is where you're going to see both sides right here. And I'm just going to go forward and then back tack every few inches to lock it in so that I don't have to come around it again, because inevitably if you go back around this 2 or 3 times and you've got 4 layers of material here, you're not going to get all of those segments of stitching right over the top. You're going to end up with 2 wayward lines in places, and doing it this way you won't. And then stretch also. Let's look at the end here. Make sure we're coming out even. Apply tension so that they're equal. Out of thread, yep. off of that. I need some edge tape.
If this thing is winding a spool of thread for you while you work,
That's right.
and what's the purpose of it after it winds it up?
To replace this one on the bottom when it runs out.
That's really neat.
Move that fan.
It winds it at the same rate it uses.
Faster. Yeah, it'll sew a lot longer than it takes to wind, just because of the mechanical advantage of the pulley.
That prevents you from ever running out.
You would think, but I do hear people out there winding. I'm like, you know, the machine will wind bobbins for you, right?
While you work.
Yeah, imagine that. I used to work for this dude at a pizza place in high school, and he was older than me by a few years. He ended up owning the place, and his name was Eddie. He gave me a job when I came home from prison and needed some place to work. And I always thought, when I was young, I always thought Eddie was a dick, because you'd ask him questions, and he would answer you, but in the manner that he would answer you, you always felt like you were being belittled or something, right? And then I realized as I got older, it's because he was paying us money to do the job that he had already taught us to do, that we were then asking him how to do again. And he had to, like, when the dude that is handing the money over to the person doing the task, it is very different. And I now understand why Eddie spoke to me in the manner that he did. It's exactly what it is. It's a very large pillowcase. Most of them aren't. We don't put a zipper in them. We just sew them shut. Put a little bit of quilting across them so they can't shift. And we could do, like, these are two-sided, which really throws shit off, right? We let them pick the colors they want to order, and we shouldn't. We should just do two colors, and really, we should do one that's just single also. It's just to keep the dust off your shit and keep dust out. It's not for comfort. This one will be for comfort. Yeah. A lot of these ranges you shoot on, though, they're groomed. Like, a lot of them are like golf courses. See the difference here? It's about ½ inch, yeah. So what I'll do here is just start pulling on the bottom. And now it's probably closer to even. Pretty close, about 1/8 off. We can just stretch the material. I wasn't tacking it on that first half, so we'll go back, put some tacks in here so they all look the same. All this does, like the threads are buried down in the material. You're not really gonna have those threads come out or get cut. But in case it ever does, this will prevent it from being able to come undone more than a stitch or two, which would be the same thing as putting a second or third line of stitching in it. Tacking it like that's actually probably even stronger. It locks it all individually rather than straight lines of stitching. There we go. All right, we gotta put the bipod guides or bipod limiters on here. What am I, an hour in this?
Yeah, probably an hour and a half.
It's a simple build. There's just a lot of bulk to it, which really slows everything down. See how short that, I wasn't pulling on it and it shrunk?
Yeah.
And I had 3 extra inches in this, so I should have had 1.5 inches extra on each end. Let's pull on it, see if we can get it back. Just barely. Man, I cut this sucker, and I'm sewing it on the wrong side too. I cut this sucker 3 inches longer, and it still has shrunk up here. Probably because I didn't pull on it when I was putting the first stitch line in.
Kind of shrink it up.
Yeah, it shrunk it 3 inches. That's why I didn't sew it from the top. I sewed it from the edge and then pulled it. It's a good thing I was pulling on it. Do you mean to sew that over slower so the camera will catch it?
I'll slow it down to 5,000%.
You got it?
Catch it.
You want me to just sew this all over again so that
Yeah.
now that we know how to do it? If somebody got all this shit and tried to copy it, they'd be like, I don't know. It's all different. Every one of them's
Doing this
different.
stuff.
What the hell? And this fucking pencil here only got lead on one side. Imagine if we just sharpened it. Is that even lead? What's that called if it's a colored pencil?
Wax. Maybe.
Crayon. Justin Souders will know. What's the lead in a colored pencil called?
Colored.